Today we're at Prime Cuts. I'm with the owner, Joey Cold Cuts, and it's holiday season. Very exciting times around here. We're just through Thanksgiving. Walk me through that holiday. How'd that go?
Oh man, it was a swing, hard swing for deep left center field, and I think we hit it out of the park. I think we did really well this year. We're left with 25 birds, which we're okay with because we can utilize most of those throughout the year and Christmas. But it was a wild success. We had a lot of fun. Fast-paced environment.
Yeah, very fast-paced.
A little busy. But
we got our Thanksgiving from Prime Cuts. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The amount of organization that goes into all of that, I don't know how you and your staff do it. It's like Santa's elves.
It's a little bit chaotic around here, I'm not going to lie. But I think the key to everything is excel. As long as you got a detailed spreadsheet, I think you can accomplish most anything.
That's great. Great to hear. I like to come in here for some of the stuff that's not in the meat case because you guys have everything, and I'm thinking holiday parties, you guys have pies, you guys have candy, you guys have drinks, you guys have things that you can bring over to someone's house, make it look like you know what you're doing.
We do. That's kind of our specialties. We like to provide all the protein. We're starting to kind of venture off a little bit into the sides as well, but we carry a thorough case of all the proteins, pork, chicken, beef, seafood, a lot of our holiday sides, a lot of our holiday meals as well. But we're stocked in-house and we're ready for Christmas.
A lot of people like to do a big fancy piece of meat for Christmas. You guys have that available here?
We do. We've got options. We got our rib roast, which is probably the #1 favorite amongst everybody.
What's a rib roast? Can I see a rib roast?
A rib roast is...
Oh my gosh, Joey, you still got the hands. So that's a rib roast.
So what we've got, this is a 3-bone, this is a 9-pounder. It's gonna cost you roughly a couple $100.
Okay.
We're looking to feed 9 to 11 people with these. We roughly feel like about a pound a person. We'll give you a little bit of a leftover, but this is a phenomenal taste. What we do, our practice is to cut the bone off. We'll season it. This is unseasoned, but we'll cut the bone off, we'll season it, we'll tie it back on, and that just provides a little penetration on the inside part of the meat when you try to cook it with a good seasoning sauce. So, you know, with the cooking process, you'll get plenty of au jus, which is phenomenal for bread dipping, and you can re-season it and keep it nice and moist for you. And this is a phenomenal tasting.
Are people going to ask you how to cook that maybe when they buy it?
Yeah, we get a lot of questions on, hey, how do you cook this? You know, you can cook this thing any different way you want.
Okay.
I recommend a meat thermometer. 135 degrees will get you medium rare, and you can go up from there for those that like the medium to medium well. You can shave this, you can cut it 1/2 inch to 1 inch. It just depends on, I guess, how you like your meat to taste, if you like it shaved or a thicker, more of a steak style. But there's endless possibilities with the rib roast.
Yeah, again, Prime Cuts. Now you got another piece of meat here. Look at this thing. Good Lord. Look at this. Tell me what we got here. Now, this is
what
beautiful.
we've got here, this is a whole tenderloin.
Okay, wow.
So you can see kind of how it tapers off at the end. What we'd like to do is we like to roll and tie it. I don't know if you can see up in here. We've rolled and tied it in the case, and it just allows for a little bit more of a ample cooking process. So it's just kind of the same thickness all the way through. And then from here, a whole tenderloin should get you, between 9 and 7 to 9 steaks, depending if you like it 6 ounce, if you like it 8 ounce. But the marbling in these tenderloins is just, it's off this chart. And it's hence the tenderloin name, it's an extremely tender cut. The price point, $24.99 a pound. What I like to tell people is if you've got, a small crowd coming, you can have 4 or 5 steaks at Christmas and save the rest for New Year's.
Yeah, it's amazing. The selection you guys have is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Can I throw this back to Riley?
You can definitely throw it.
Right. That didn't weigh that much. It didn't weigh that much. That wasn't a big deal. Now, I've seen you guys throwing fish in here, throwing meat. You guys have fun because it's a busy, fast-paced environment, and you guys got to have fun.
We do. We have a little fun back here. So both Riley and I like to kind of go back and forth with each other, so we're kind of always chucking things at each other, sometimes not looking indirectly, and that's more of, I think, of a punishment than anything, but we do have a lot of fun. So a lot of the steaks that we're cooking, we cut to order daily, so a lot of people come in here. Our normal case cut's about 3/4 of an inch. Some people like it 1.5 inches, so we do a lot of on-the-spot cutting, and that's for your preference as well. So plenty different options to choose from our bone-in ribeyes to our Wagyu beef that's all on sale throughout the month of December.
Tell me about the Wagyu and how that's different.
The Wagyu is different, mostly from just a taste standpoint. So Wagyu beef comes to us nationwide. Normally we have 600,000 head of cattle processed, I'll say, every 30 days. Wagyu beef's roughly like 600 head per 30 days. So it's a difficult meat to consistently get in. But the marbling in the meat and the tenderness, the Wagyu is only roughly 600 days old. So you're getting a cow that's roughly, a year and a half. And it's just, the company we buy from, Snake River Farms out of Wyoming, they do a tremendous job with their feed. So these are all grass-fed beef. Yeah. There's no hormone, no antibiotic put in it. And they control the genetic line, so they're able to reproduce that continued success of, same marbling, and basically what we're looking for is the same genetics all the way through. So it just produces a much more consistent product on a monthly basis.
I can't believe you've turned into like a farmer and a butcher, and you're just like the smartest guy I know all of a sudden. Let's take a lap around the store because it's decorated for Christmas, but let's see what else you got.
I love it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's walk around. This is one of my favorites because you guys have liquid smoke, which a lot of people do not carry liquid smoke. What does this do?
It's just an additive, so it's a lot like your Frank's Red Hot, but a lot hotter, I'll say. It's just a lasting heat flavor. And we've got it in the red, we've got it in the green. The greens, unless you got a developed palate, don't mess with the green. The red will go away.
They also carry the world famous St. Elmo's. Okay, St. Elmo's.
St. Elmo's is good
St. Elmo's. Have you ever been to the restaurant in Indianapolis?
I have not.
Oh, you would love it, Joseph.
I have not.
You would love it. But that's cool you guys carry that. This part of the store reminds me old school, like how it was way back in the day when this place first opened. And you guys you stuck to the roots a little bit with this.
We have. I promised my mom and Walt that we wouldn't change much at all, and so we still continue to carry the successful lines that have made us kind of a household name, our St. Elmo's, amongst our other brands that are just you can't find in your normal your normal shopping experience outside of Prime Cuts.
I know you have a lot of people who like to stop in here for lunch, and they can you always have prepared foods.
We've got plenty of prepared foods. Yep.
A lot of people they'll grab chicken salad, grab some bread, grab a side, and that's their lunch.
The chicken salad, a good buddy of ours, Timmy Crowley, loves the chicken salad.
Really?
And it comes with pecans, diced cherries, and we try to keep it a really light mayonnaise base, but it's got a really great taste. One of the crowd favorites.
So Timmy Crowley and Joe Hawley, those are your chicken salad guys.
That's right.
Good to know. I'm back in the secret area, which is the what do you guys call this, Riley?
We call it like the old European horseshoe. So
I like it.
Yep, we got a nice
it.
European case. And
so Riley's the general manager here, and you are serving customers nonstop. Just in the last few minutes, I watched you get about 3 different cuts of meat.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how the job goes back here. Tell me a little bit about what happens.
So we try to make everybody happy, and I guess that's our number one goal is customer service here. It's impeccable, and I think that's what the world needs a little bit more of is more smiling faces.
That's right. That's right.
If we can make the customers smile, that's our number one goal. But we'll do it. I mean, we cut everything custom. We can do it thinner, thicker, whatever you want.
Those the big giant pieces of meat that you threw Joe and I.
Yeah.
Those look fun. Have you had a chance to cook any of those up?
Yeah, so I've done prime ribs a couple times, and especially with our seasoning, I love the crust that it builds on the outside of it. So we actually have a recipe here that I swear by. Kind of throw it in the broiler first.
Nice.
Then kind of either lower the oven or just shut it off completely and don't even look at it for a couple hours, depending on how many pounds you got.
That's one thing I was going to ask you, and I asked Joe. You have a lot of these unique cuts of meat, stuff that people don't cook every single day.
Sure.
So they're going to rely on you for a lot of the help. And you can provide
Yeah,
that.
we definitely do that all the time. We actually have like anything like you could need besides for a little bit of produce. We got all the seasonings that you'll need, and we can give you temperatures that you need to cook to, and that's what I swear by. I always use a thermometer. So
Riley, what type of meat or fish have you grown to like that maybe you didn't like in the past or had never tried?
Pork. Pork is like a big part of my diet.
Really?
Now. I never really liked pork. Growing up was always a little bit drier and a little bit whiter, but pork is so safe nowadays. You can can almost get it to a perfect like medium, and it's much juicier and more flavorful.
You guys have hunter sticks and stuff like that, every different flavor. What's the most popular?
Right now, most popular is definitely our sweet heat pineapple, and then the jalapeno cheddar. Definitely football game day snacks. They're flying right now.
What are people buying? What's like something people come in and buy like weekly?
Weekly, probably our medallion steaks. Our medallion steaks
Okay.
are by far my top seller, and what that is, it's just a little bit cheaper than the tenderloin, but still has that same tenderness without being too fatty.
What do you recommend for cooking for like maybe you're cooking for 10 or 15 people
Yeah.
around the holidays? What do you recommend?
So big scale stuff like a rib roast. You could do. We got turkeys, hams, pork butt is another big one. That's because everyone's breaking out their smokers.
Yeah.
Pork butts and briskets are huge for all the smoker guys out there as well.
Back here in one of my favorite spots at Prime Cuts, because this is where you get the home cooking ready to go.
This is the good stuff.
You have Sloppy Joe's a lot.
A lot of sloppy
Is that
joes.
because your name's Joe?
Nothing to do with it.
Okay,
No.
but they're very good. I'd check them out.
Okay.
Talk about kind of this area. I know you guys have lunch and dinner to go.
So this is our hot food area. We call it our hot cart. What it is, just every day we've got mostly our household items are our barbecue baby back ribs. We've got our pulled pork, our sloppy joes, our meatloaf, glumpkies. We do breaded chicken back here as well. We've got 3 different types of potatoes, mashed, scalloped, and cheesy. We do a vegetable medley. And what it is, it's just a home-cooked meal. $12.99 will get you your protein, your choice of potato, and a vegetable. And again, it's home-cooked meal, so the price point's good and the food quality is outstanding.
Yeah, once in a while I'll stop here on the way home from work and act like I'm doing a wonderful gesture by bringing home prepared food, which I am from Prime Cuts. You guys have bread too and everything?
We do. We've got a plethora of bread over here.
Yeah.
It just depends on kind of I'll say your taste quality or what your palate is demanding, but we've got a lot of fresh baked breads over there that come in 2-3 times a week. You name it, rye, marble, salt rise, our fresh oven baked. Jonesville Bakery brings that to us twice a week, so we do a good amount of bread that we have in stock is nice and hearty.
Yeah, again, you can get things here that you can't get anywhere else, and around the holidays, what a perfect time to show up at your guest house with stuff that they haven't had before. High quality food, high quality gifts right here from Prime Cuts. Joe, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Andy, for having me. Appreciate it.